film. So I've yet again come out to the Hamburg Harbor to shoot some film this time. So I got my brand spanking new Nikon FM2n, and I'm gonna shoot my first roll of film through this one today. So I've loaded it up with the Kentmere Pan 400 into the Nikon FM2 here, and this is actually the first time I'm shooting Kentmere 400 film. So it's supposed to be a bit of a cheaper film, although now it still costs quite a lot actually, so it's not that cheap. But in the past I have always been able to shoot HP5, but since that's getting more and more expensive, I'm gonna see what these cheaper films can do for film photography. So yeah, this is going to be another one of those expeditionary excursions where I'm just going to be roaming around and see what I can find. I'm still exploring the Hamburg Harbor to see what's out there. And first spot I've come to here is some old cranes. Well, I have 36 shots, so I'm not going to be shy with clicking away and just take whatever I feel like. Yes, a 36 shot is actually more than I usually take. I'm quite careful when I shoot, but I'm going to get this roll finished by today. I have to be quite generous with my objectives, with what I choose to shoot. I have the 50mm f1.4 AI lens that I just got, and so far it's looking to be a great lens. It's not in the best condition. It's not bad condition. The optics and everything is absolutely fine, but it's maybe it feels a little loose when I wiggle it around a bit. First impressions so far after how many shots? 9 shots. It feels great. It feels really high quality and premium, and I absolutely love it. Now there is one thing that maybe I have to get a little bit used to, and that's the light meter display inside. So for instance, in my Pentax, I will have, like, in the middle there's a green dot, and then there's like 3 or something red dots when it's overexposed and 3 under when it's underexposed. Now here you just have one circle in the middle, and if it's overexposed it would be like a little plus, and if it's underexposed a little minus. So I don't really know how much I'm overexposed. It's not as easy to see, because sometimes I like to compensate, just give it 2 stops real fast if it's like a snowy day outside or something like that, but it makes it a little bit harder here. And also it's very rare that I actually get it to be the ring in the middle. It's always the ring and the plus, or the ring and the minus. So which one do I choose? Well, I'm of course always going to overexpose a little bit, because that's the nature of film. It handles overexposure better. So ring and a little bit of the plus is probably the best way to go. But it's very rare that I actually get like exposure spot on. There's not really fine enough controls to nail that down. So I find of course the 50mm is often a bit too tight, but I'll do the best I can with this. Sometimes it's nice to just limit yourself the best you can. So we got some amazing machinery here. I actually thought this was just some old dump thing, but it seems to be moving here. Don't know if it's actually doing anything, or if it's just the wind. See if we can frame something up out of this chaos here. As you can see, the Kentmere film is extremely flat and almost no contrast at all. So I'm going to try to put a little bit of a curve on it to get some contrast in there and see what it looks like. The flat look actually looks pretty good when you got a lot of sky in it. It evens out the image in a nice and pleasing way. So I think I'll keep that grade for these kind of images. I'm trying to increase the contrast for this image here, and yeah, I'm not sure. What do you think? Post comments below. Should I embrace the flat look? See what we got up here. It's quite amazing actually. Wow. I actually think I struck gold. This looks amazing. There's a lot of stuff here, old boats and things. Cranes, you name it, all rusty machinery. It's going to be no problem finishing a roll of 36 frames here. So I think this is also part museum. They have kept a bunch of the old trains and wagons and put them here. I'm going to try to put on that grade one last time for these images here and see what it looks like. I do think there is some improvements to it when I get more contrast in it. But it's not bad, the flat look. It is growing on me, and maybe I should shoot more flat and not always go for the super contrasty. I'm just going to do a quick test here to see how the bokeh is at 1.4. Now many lenses like this, they can be a little bit blurry, and especially the closer you get. So I'm taking one shot where I'm at, let's see, the closest focal length here is 0.45, and then I'm going to take one that's maybe 0.5 and then one 0.55 and just see how it changes. So I just found a little spot there, nothing fancy, to see how the blur affects. Now often it's like when you shoot it at the closest distance and the closest aperture, it can get very blurry, so I'm going to see how this holds up. At 45 centimeter it's really soft, and it does get better at 50 and the 55, but still I would say it is a soft wide open. I'm going to do another test here as well, just to see. I seem to have problems with nailing the focus. I was pretty sure that I put the focus absolutely right there, but it's off. I hope it's not the camera or the lens that's the problem. I'm going to increase the contrast a little bit, and if we zoom in you can clearly see that I missed focus. I'm pretty sure I put it on the wire there. Shutter speed of up to 1/4000 really makes a huge difference. It's really good, especially now I'm shooting 400 speed film and the sun is coming out. If I want to shoot at 1.4, I'm going to need at least 1000, 2000 and maybe even 4000. So it's a very good feature. See if I can work my way through these sticky plants here. Let's see if I can get some kind of close-up shots of the rusty pipes. And okay, let's take one here. Shooting 1.4. I think I'll probably do that for the rest, just because I'm curious to see what it looks like wide open. There we go. Maybe one more here where I get really nice and low. Now this is where you really want like a modern day tilt lens. Get these kind of shots in. Let's see if I can find anything else here. Well, there's some cool things here. I think I'll grab a few shots. So I took this shot here at 1/4000. So I'll see how it works. I mean, it's one thing when you get these old cameras as well that you know, the higher speeds might not be all that accurate anymore because of time. However, since this was a brand new camera, pretty much, I think it's great hope that 1/4000 is going to work out just fine. Took the last shot here, also at 1/4000, and f1.4. Curious to see what it looks like. Okay, that was 36 shots of Kentmere 400 on the Nikon FM2, first roll of film. So far, I have to say I'm really happy. It's a very nice shooting experience, but I won't know for sure until I've developed it, so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take my bike, go home, load up the film in the canister and develop it in Rodinal, which is my favorite developer. So we'll see what that looks like, and I'm going to scan it. You have of course seen the photos throughout this video, but I don't have a clue if it's a success or not. So I'll just have to see. All right. See you in the next video.